Good morning, it's Tony Hayes from Paranormal Investigation UK. Today's date is Saturday, 23rd of April 2022. Happy St. George's Day. And we're now looking at a further number of captures in the Cheshire investigation. This one is actually will be movie 433. After a very quiet January, February, March, the decision was made by the owner to move rooms. He's moved from what we called originally the main office into the empty office area, which is here. Those of you following the case carefully will be aware that this is one just big large room. Another business is taking over half of the building. They've got their own access area here, which leads, this is on first floor, so they've got a set of steps that leads down. And this one here is this partition wall. There's no entry into either of the rooms. That's completely partitioned both sides of the room off. There's a secondary partition wall going in there, which there'll be a kitchen area plus a sort of a meeting room, and this will become the new main office. The minute the workmen went in to start to add the partition wall, some unusual phenomena began to occur. The first one we had on the 7th of April, a handle on a piece of, I don't know what earth this is, some sort of electric generator, transformer, whatever it is. The handle just came down after a couple of hours after the workmen left. Nothing suggesting it's paranormal or rational. We simply don't know what the cause of it was. But later on at almost 8 o'clock, there was an incredibly loud bang that could be heard. Again, this is on the 7th. So, because I'm keeping 2 to 3 weeks behind with captures, that just gives us a chance to, when the CCTV alert movie gets sent in, leaving it a few weeks is sensible, because it gives the opportunity to go and try debunk it, find rational reasons to see if anything happens, duplicates it. So when this one happened, I didn't do anything with it. I just left it there. Then, well, as we then fast forward to the 16th of, because that one was on the 7th, the 16th of March, we get 3 practically identical sounds in a space of a few hours, again, of early evening. So I'm actually going to play them 3 back to you. So we've got the first one at 21:37. 21:37. Turn the volume back up. That's 21:37. 21:45. Another one. 22:43. They sound very, very similar, and they also sound very similar to the one that was on the 7th of April. Nobody was in the building at all. The 16th was a Saturday. Okay, I know that day very well because it was my birthday. So let me just plug the battery in. Right. For some reason, I was only on battery then, so I just had to plug the laptop into the main. So, right, okay, so that's where we're at. What we're going to do is do one after the other in one go. I'm not going to do them 3 separate movies. I'm going to do them in what is one review, because they're all space of a couple of hours. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is noting the times down. 21:37 on the document. So we're on the 16th, the 4th, 22. Because sometimes you can see That's 2137. Sometimes you can see patterns developing. The 2137. $21.45. And the last one being 22.43. And this is the information we're going to pop in there. The fundamental frequency, which is the peak area, together with the average frequency spread. And these are all on the 16th. That's about 8 minutes after between them two. Now 58 minutes later, the third one. We have got one on the 17th, I think. What time that is. $22.10. That again is the night after on the 17th. That's another one. 22. It's getting interesting, but equally frustrating because it's not building settlement. This is just plasterboard walls. There's no reason why these, and this is on a Sunday as well at 10:10 at night on a Sunday, so no one's in the building. What's the relevance of the unexplained bangs? The thing is with when you're dealing with, and you look back on historical poltergeist cases, you often come across the reports very early on, and all the way through the activity period of unexplained bangs, raps and knocks. Some of them incredibly loud. I remember early days in the main office, what sounded like to me was somebody getting hold of a set of metal ladders and just throwing them up in the air and I'm coming down onto the floor. But nothing was ever found. It was that loud, almost like explosion types of sounds. And these are others, you know. It's going to be interesting to see when we start to look at these in detail, because if they're all similar frequencies, they also sound similar. It's got to be the same type of sound that's emanating it. But what is it? That's the unusual aspect. So we go to, because of called the one on the 7th of April, bang 1. I'm going to start to call these 2, 3, 4 and keep a number of them. Right, so let's fire up Mixcraft. Okay, just need another. I think this is it 433. Let's just double check. .432, so we're on to movie 433. This section here, I'm actually going to keep at the end and keep adding to it until I'm satisfied that. And what will happen is the bangs will just dry up. This is generally what's been happening with this building. So we're sitting at it with the wraps early stages, literally hundreds of them. Then they just dried up for no reason. I've never for now been able to find a reason for it. There has to be a relevance to these bangs, wraps and knocks. There has to be. Why are they there otherwise? So there has to be relevant somewhere. So 4-2. So we're ready with that one. Oops. We're now on the 16th of April. Why has there been a gap between the 16th and the 17th and the 7th? 7th of April. 9 days. Then 3 all at once, then at 1 the following days. Bizarre. Right, okay. Anyway, investigating paperwork can be tedious, but absolutely critical of keeping things tidy and informative. You can never have too much data, and it's one thing that investigators often get criticised for, of not doing enough to keep data, because it's practically impossible. 2 years down the line trying to remember something, it just doesn't happen. Right, so let's put the first one into there. We will split it up a little bit because we will look at the visual just to make absolutely certain that there isn't anything there. So for that, I'm actually going to mute it. No, I'm not. I'll unmute it. So what we can actually do, we'll look at the visual at the same time. We'll just have a listen just to see if anything does jump out, with the exception of that bang there. You can see there. Okay. I think with the room itself looks very similar to like a big bucket now, so it's going to be very hollow sounding. And with the once you start amplifying this type of camera, you'll begin to amplify the background, and you get this feedback sound, which is what you hear in the background. Okay, so there's nothing visual there, and there's nothing else within the audio stream. One of the things I always do is listen to the rest of the audio, because sometimes, although that bank's triggered it, there may be something else in there, and what I call accidental captures. It sometimes happens. So, right, so all we've got to do with this really is with no amplification, so I'm going to turn that back to 0. Very important that when you take frequency analysis, you treat it as a normal volume speed, whatever that is. Just try and avoid never to take a frequency analysis of something that's been enhanced or amplified. Right. Okay, good. Just give that a couple of minutes just to settle down. So we're going to call this bang 2. Okay, nothing more to be going there, so we can shut that down. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to copy that. So we're talking the fundamental frequency is quite difficult. Yeah, the fundamental frequency, what that actually means, for example, if it was at say 200, you would get a huge peak of frequency, and then you get this size spread. It's that peak that you're interested in, and here there were 3 of them, quite a big spread. We've got 70 to 80 hertz, 180, really a spread between say 300 to 400, then a fourth one there. So I'm actually going to put the same, so we're talking a frequency of around about 60 hertz to 1000. Okay, so we go back to so it's 60 to that peak there, so about 900 again, isn't it? Not quite, that's the 1000 there, so it is about 900. You can also argue that, see that one there, you see, that's about one, you know, is that, what is this one here? So I've noted that as 250, I've actually bypassed that first reflection. So if I use the same principle, then I think I treated it as one frequency spread because it was all one spread. This is multitudes of them, and that's thicker than that. Very indifferent. I think the easy way I'm going to do that is just put C images. Right, okay. Right, I'm going to actually pause the video for a few minutes. I'm actually going to just write some information in there and paste this into it. So I'll pause it while I do that, and I'll come back to you very shortly. Okay, what I've actually done now is to basically just a quick write-up, really, just to say that we're dealing with 3 loud trigger, and that pasted in the second of the audio airbangs, which is 2137. Similar, but a little bit different. The frequency volume is very, very similar, and the travel of frequency is a little bit similar, but certainly not exact. So what we're now going to do, that's the one we're We're now on the second one, so we'll pop that into there. We did with 2137 before. Whoops, what have we done here? Where's that gone? That's 2137, so it's that one, isn't it? 2243, 2145, it's that one there. I don't know what I did wrong then. Okay, we'll do some as we did before. We'll have a look at this and listen all the way through. I will turn the volume up, so just be ready for that big bang at the beginning. And we'll have a listen to see if there's anything else in there, together with any audible. Right. What's here somewhere? Okay. Nearly there now. So, if you've got any thoughts on the significance of these really unexplained bangs, raps and notes, please put them in the comment box or make contact with us via Facebook or our website, email. It's always within the historical. We'll get rid of the movie side, don't need any visual. What is significance of these noises? We can never find anything that can account for it. And literally in this building it's produced thousands. You know, we really are into that sort of area. And despite 160 acoustic tests that we've done on the building, we can't duplicate them. Sound itself is relatively easy to duplicate as long as you know what's causing it. So for example, a ball falls off the side of a kitchen surface onto the floor. You've got your frequency, you can see what's happened. You get the same object and you just duplicate it, you push it off with your finger. You're not going to be far out, if not exact. When it is that you don't know what on earth's causing the sound, then it's problematic. So all you've got is a series of repeated frequencies. They're incredibly similar, which is highly suggestive that it's the same bang that's making the sound, but you haven't got a reason for it. That's where it gets super strange. Right, so what we'll do, we'll highlight this as before. Just keep playing it back. I'm actually going to take the volume back to 0. So there's no enhancement, no volume, no amplification whatsoever for this. Play it back. We'll go on average again. There we go. A little bit louder than the one earlier, but that's pretty well the same sort of frequency. Because you can actually hear the vibration within it. These multiple reflections. So it's almost as if someone's striking the plasterboard wall. So we'll save this, and this is what we're going to call bang 3. This, isn't it? Yeah. I'm treating the 7th of April as a bang 1, then the 16th of 3, bang 2, 3 and 4. So I'm actually working these, so I'll get rid of that. I can now copy what I've just done is I've just copied that one 2 more times, then I'm copying the new one on top of it, just so I just wanted to get the space of it correct. And as you can see there, what time is this one? 21:45. Very, very somber. So the peaks are around 51. Just a little bit. It's a fraction bit louder, that one. If we look at the two together, that's 60, 110, 60, 110. We've got this second peak, say 170 to 210, 70 to 210. Say 300 to 500, 300 to 500. That's a little bit louder. It's practically the same, almost identical frequency. And they are 8 minutes apart. Only difference is that they power, volume is slightly different. It's louder on the second one. Why on earth? Right, okay. So that's bang 3. So we now go to the next one, which is 2240 something, 2243, 2243. I'm just going to note this in the so again, we haven't got really a fundamental frequency, but it's the same again, 60 to 900 hertz. It's going to be interesting to see if the third one does. And again, on the 17th, we've got another one that's going to be coming up. Right, okay. Let's just save that. Do the same as we did before. I'm just going to put the volume up on maximum. We'll have a look and we'll have a watch. Ooh, I think that's a bit louder. I seem to have gathered up in power, that one. Ooh. The second sound, about 11 seconds, okay. I'm just wondering if that sound is the fridge. Because it has got a working fridge on the excuse me. The fridge is underneath the kitchen surface, which is what the camera's on. We have recorded this before. In fact, it happened on an investigation when we were actually in the room when it happened. So what I'll do, let's get rid of the visual. I'll just take a sound sample of this. The volume back down to 0. Set. Take another screenshot of the frequency. About 4. Okay. That one there. Right, I'm going to have to amplify this. I don't like doing. Just to get a general idea where the frequency is. I'm going to think it's between about 2 to 500 Hertz. It's going to be around that number. So let's just loop that again. There you go. Yeah, it may well be the fridge that's circulating the gas around it. So the way that I'm going to play this is take the loop off. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to ask the question. I'm pretty confident that's what it is. I've turned it up significantly. So what I'm actually going to do with this is I'm going to save this as a separate sound file and send it to the rest of the team. I call it bang and buzz, I know what I mean. So I've got a reference to remember what it's about. Yeah, shut that down. So bang 4, we can copy. Goes in there. So you can see it's incredibly similar. So we've got 3 different sounds. This one occurred at, I think it was 2240 something. No, not that one. 2243. That's fine. 43. There's a little bit of differences, but generally we're looking at the same frequency, so it's the identical sound that's caused this in a space of 22, that's quarter to 11, almost quarter to 10, so it's a space of around an hour, isn't it? What would cause that? So let's say see images, and again it's 60 to 900 Hertz, which sort of confirms the belief that we are in fact dealing with something which is very, very similar. That we have got this additional sound, which I'm pretty confident that that's going to be the fridge. It just kicks on for a couple of seconds and just moves the gas around, and the fridge frees aside. So I'll just write that up now, add a few more words to it. The next event we're going to look at is on the 17th, so we will be looking at a further sound, but if you look through them, that it's a similar bang, but the 3 on the 16th are practically identical. It's the same sound. So intriguing. Okay, I'll save that as a movie, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.